Creating channel rewards should not be hard. It can be a daunting task, but I'm here to make it as easy for you as possible. We're gonna dig into a channel reward that I see completely underutilized all over Twitch and everybody loves it. And it's the I'm the first one here channel reward. So the problem I see with this is people will race to your stream, they will select I'm the first one here, and then the only people that even know that they got it are second place, maybe third place, and if you're lucky, fourth place, and only for that brief moment. Which also most streamers are in their stream starting soon scene, and there's really no interactiveness. So what I've done is this. When you redeem you're the first one here in my channel, you get this cool little pop-up that says who you are. It pulls your profile picture, turns it into a heart, and that's not just when you redeem it, but it's also all stream long. Anyone can just type the word first in chat and boom, it will pop up again. Not just for that user, but for anyone that just wants to know who did make it first here today. And they have this bragging rights all stream. The best part about it is it's completely automated, so you don't have to do anything once you set it up here today. If you like this channel board, it is a little bit more complex, but I believe you guys can handle it, especially with my step-by-step instructions. And feel free to change how you want your setup. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. Go ahead and add your own little personality so that it fits your channel, your personality better than what might have. So that it fits you and your channel more appropriately. All right, now there's a few things that you're gonna have to get before we get started. And if you look at the command and how I have it set up, you have the spinning finger, you have the word first, you have the name, and the profile pic and a heart, right? So I think the easiest thing to do is to go ahead and get that spinning finger. And if you just search green screen foam finger, we got all kinds of options to choose from. Pick whichever you like, download it, save it to your computer. Then go to your OBS. I would suggest making like a brand new scene, and this whole scene that we're gonna create is gonna have your first one here redeem on it. And then you will just add that scene as a nested scene into whatever scenes you want to display it in. So go to your scenes, hit plus. We're gonna name this first one here. You're gonna have to download that finger and then add it as a media source here in OBS. So in the scene, go to sources, add media source. We're gonna say spinning finger for me. I'm gonna browse to it, and it's in my downloads folder. All right, and there it is. You can go ahead and loop it, because it'll let it spin forever. You can even change the speed that it spins by increasing or decreasing this speed bar. Hit OK. You're gonna right click on the spinning green screen finger, and you need to add a chroma key so that we don't see the green anymore. Right here, chroma key, just hit OK. The color is green. You can see that it's already removed it. If you need to tweak that, you can use it in that settings. Next, you're gonna want it to just say first, right? So we're gonna create a new text GDI. And I'm gonna type the word first text in there. And we just want to say first. I'm gonna put hashtag first. You can spend a lot of time on this if you want to make it super fancy, right? Go to properties of it, and then here's the font type. You can select, hit OK, and then you can choose the gradient option. This gradient option right here really can kind of make it stand out. If it's white, keep it a lighter color. I do like orange, a bright orange, and then for the dark color, keep it dark, right? And do like a dark orange, so I guess yellow and orange. There's a lot of stuff here you can do, so you can just play with it until it looks as cool as you want. You can even outline it, and you should be able to change the outline color also to something of your choice. Okay, and then there you go. So like that's first. You can duplicate that too if you want, so that the user's username or whoever redeems its username looks exactly the same, so it's not two different things. Go ahead and copy it and paste. So it'll paste right on top of it. We're just gonna go ahead and drag it. We're gonna drag it all the way down to here. Let's go back here and rename it a name that we're going to be able to recognize. And then we're also going to want to add a browser source, and this is gonna be for the profile picture. Let's say profile picture. That's actually gonna be good. We'll just leave it there for now because we're gonna change that, okay? All right, and so your screen should look exactly like this. So now we're gonna open up Streamerbot. When you create channel rewards in Streamerbot, it automatically adds them onto Twitch. It uses an API key so that you don't have to do anything with Twitch. You can create new channel rewards here on Streamerbot. All right, now this is gonna be the hard part, so get your coffee ready. We're just gonna do a little bit of coding and it's gonna be okay, right? First thing I wanna do now that we're in Streamerbot is we need to create the action. So let me just zoom in here. We're gonna right click, add, and then wherever you wanna name the action, right? I'm gonna name it the first here reward. This doesn't really matter, it's just the name of the action. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to Captain's Fun Commands. That's it. So now the action's made, we need to make a trigger. We want that trigger to be the reward. So we're gonna go to Twitch, we're gonna go to channel reward and channel redemption. See that? And you're going to either create the reward if you haven't created it yet. I already did have it created, so I'm just gonna go find it real quick. Here it is, and hit OK. Now your trigger is there for the reward, but nothing's happened. We need to create the sub actions to link all these things together. So your first sub action is going to go to Twitch user target info, right? Not the broadcaster, which is me, but the person that redeemed the reward. So it's gonna be the user. So now that it did that, it's capturing everything of the person that redeemed it, like their name and their profile picture. What we need to do now is go to the OBS sub action and go to set GDI text, because we want to set the name of the person that redeemed it. I have two OBSs going, so I needed to make sure I do the right one that you guys are looking at. The scene is the first one here scene. That's the separate scene that we've created all those artifacts on, those variables on. And the source is the first the redeemer's name for their name. And the text is going to be a variable. It's going to be the parentheses, target, user, parentheses, and it's also like right here. It just tells you. So you just rewrite that, okay? Now that we have the person's name, we want their profile picture. So you're gonna go to OBS, you're gonna go to sources and set browser source URL, because the profile picture is a browser source. And make sure that you're on the right OBS. First one here seen, and profile picture is what we named it. And then the URL, parentheses, target, user, profile, image, URL. It's kind of long, but it's also right there in the text below you, and you can just recopy that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hit test trigger, and what's gonna happen is it's going to generate all of that. And if we go look at the OBS, let me unzoom out. It's right there. First, built different. So it doesn't look. We're not quite done yet, but this is how you know that it works. And I can retest it again. And look, so. Anakin Skywalker. And so every time you do this, it's random, completely random people on the internet when you do these tests. Okay, Ghosty. This is kind of fun. Let's get somebody with the actual profile picture though. Oh, Basil Hayden. Look at that cutie. So, so we want to change the shape of the profile picture into a heart. So what you're going to do is just right-click on it, go to Filters. You will need to add an advanced mask. If you don't see that option, it's just a plugin that you need to install. Obviously, it's for free, and I'm going to put it in the description below, so you can just click on it and install it. Get the .exe file, so you just have to run it, and it'll automatically add the files where it needs to go. Once you're inside of the advanced mask, you click on it, and you have all these options. By default, it looks like shape was already selected, so just make sure you're on shape. And then instead of rectangle, we're going to choose the heart option. And as you can see, the bottom here. Sorry, let me zoom in. You see the bottom here is kind of cut off. That's just the bottom of the heart. So we need to change the size of the heart to be a lot smaller, like something like that. And then we want to zoom in on the photo because it's the heart. If you can see, the heart isn't completely full with the profile picture. So what I want to do is zoom in. There we go. And we have this beautiful profile picture in a heart of Basil Hayden. It's gorgeous. And that's it, you're done. Click close. So now it's like that. I liked mine with the kind of tilted corner because it's just a little bit, adding a little bit more personality. And I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I'm also gonna take the thumb, I'm gonna bring it over a little bit. I'm gonna take the first, I'm just gonna rotate it like that a little bit. And actually I'm gonna put it behind the finger. See, yeah, like that, just a little bit. Maybe so you can still read it though, I don't know. Another fun thing you can do to the heart, or to any of these, honestly, well, right click on it, I want to add one more filter. and this is the glow filter. If you don't have that, it's just another free plugin from Finite Singularity. I'm gonna go ahead and link that also in the description so you can add it. This is a really good one. It adds outside glow, and you can change all kinds of stuff to it. Like, this is wonderful. You can change the colors and the intensity. Always change it to dual Kawasi. And white's kind of generic. We can make it like pink or red. You can also do that to the words. I just want to show you real quick. You can add a glow to anything, right? Like that. Perfect. And do whatever you want. Just continue to keep messing with it, and so on and so forth. So now that we have it kind of like this is how we want it to display, what we need to do is turn this scene, this entire scene, and make it a sub-nested scene into your stream scene, right? So this, if you look over here, it's called the first one here. So that's your scene that you're going to sub-nest into these other streams. So let's pretend this is my streaming scene. Let me turn on my camera, right? Because that's a cool dude right there. And you want to take this, and you're going to click on the plus sign. You're going to go to scene, and you're going to click on the first one here scene, add that. So now that scene is sub-nested into this scene. Does that make sense? And you can resize it however you want. If you want it that big, then so be it. But I like it to take up just a little bit of space. I actually, if I'm gaming, it can be a little bigger, right? And that's it. So if you want to make changes, you have to just go to that first one here scene to make changes. But you don't want it to stay there forever. So what we're going to do now is go back into the Streamerbot to make it visible and then make it hide. So let's show you how to do that. Here we are back into Streamerbot. Let me zoom in for you. So this is going to do all the mechanics of changing the font of the person that redeems it. Once it's changed, that's when you're going to want to display it. So go to OBS, go to Sources, go to Source Visibility State, click that. And then we're in the streamer scene. The source is going to be the sub scene, first one here, and you want to make it visible. So technically it should be hidden already. And then you don't want it to stay visible forever, so we're going to add a delay by going to Core, Delay, and remember this is milliseconds, so you want to do it for like 2,000 for which means 2 seconds. So whoop, that's too much. 2,000 and hit OK. So now to delay, the easiest thing I like to do is just duplicate the one that made it visible by hitting the duplicate sub action. And then instead of being visible, so just change it to hidden and hit OK. Put it over here. And if I test this trigger, pops up for 2 seconds, but see how I don't like how fast it comes up and disappears. It's too clanky. All right, so I don't really like how it just pops in and then pops away. It looks kind of clunky. What we want to do is change that transitioning speed, and instead of disappearing, we want to fade. So fade in and fade out, and I'll show you how to do that right here. What we're going to do is you're going to right click on the scene that you want to fade, and you go here, it has show and hide transition. I'll zoom in for you there. So right now it's set to none. Both of these are none, and then also the time is set to 300 milliseconds by default. So change this first, make this add a 1, so it's almost a minute and a half, and then select what you wanted to do, and I want to fade. And when that was for show, let's do it again for hide. Change that to 13 and click on fade. So now what it looks like if we test that with the new fade transition. So that's not bad. That's not bad. It's a little better. It might be a little too fast, actually. I think it's too fast. I want it to be even slower, so I'm going to add a 2 to it, to both. All right, now let's see what we got. Much better. Armpit pie, there we go. So that's it. It just kind of comes up and goes away, and then people will be able to redeem this all stream long. And I need to show you how to add that command so they can do so. So right now, that's what's going to happen when they redeem the channel reward. There's no command yet for some random person to say, hey, who made it first? And do exclamation mark first to then see that. If you're a veteran to Streamerbot, you might assume that all you would have to do is go in the triggers, right click, and add a custom command right here, which is command trigger, and that's not the case. So you're gonna have to duplicate the entire reward like this, right? You just literally right click and hit duplicate, and it makes it again with the word copy in it. Let me see if I can stretch. There you go. It has the word copy in it. And then you just change this to say something else, like first one here, command, right? So you know that that's the one that's made when somebody types it in. Everything else stays the same, except you're going to delete grabbing information from Twitch, because that's what the redeem does. Just go ahead and right click and hit delete. Yeah, I just used the keyboard delete button and deleted it that way. We want to also delete changing the GDI text and change the profile picture. So we deleted those first 3 things. And now all that the command is gonna do is show the OBS source visible, wait 2 seconds, and then show the visible source hidden. So it comes and goes. You also wanna get rid of the trigger being the channel reward. Delete that, and now you're gonna make it the command. So go to core, commands, and command trigger. Can you guys see that? Hit that, and you can either right click or hit the drop down arrow, and this is going to show you all the commands you have already created for your Streamerbot. In this one I don't have any, so you just hit create a command if you haven't made it already. The name of the command doesn't matter. I'm going to say first here command. What you type here under the command section is going to be what activates it, and you can do multiple commands if you wanted to, which is really good because you never know how people might spell or misspell the command. So what you could do is exclamation mark first. If you really want, you could just say first. So anytime someone types first in chat, but they could probably say that in a normal sentence, and then that would pop up and you'd be like, what's that? Up to you. You could actually type the word 1 and then ST for like first if somebody does it that way. However, whatever you want it to say to make it, you can do that. You can ignore bot counts. Yeah, you want it to be a Twitch message turned on so that it's looking at your Twitch chat for this command to then know to activate it. Then you just hit, actually before we hit OK, I want to show you, this is kind of important, your cooldown. You could have a global cooldown, but I feel like global cooldown for this isn't really a big deal. That just means every individual person could do it simultaneously back to back to back. If for some reason every single person in your chat wanted to do first, this would allow them to. And that's whatever. But the individual user, I don't like that. As you don't want one person to troll you hitting first, and it's staying in your stream forever. So for individual people, they can see for themselves. I like to give them maybe 300 seconds. Which is, that's kind of long. It's like 5 minutes or something. I don't know. Anyways, that is complete. Now you kind of have 2 rewards, but they do the same thing. So I'll show you how it works now. All right, so I can't show you exactly what it looks like because I'm not live, but we're just going to activate the trigger for this and see what it looks like. So I'm going to right click and test trigger. And there it is. Sarah Starlight, thank you for your surprise entrance. I'll do it one more time. Hearts, good job. So now we're going to test the command in chat. Okay, so this is my channel. I'm going to go into my text. I'm going to type in first, hit enter, and then we'll see over here, colorful moose. Great name, love it. And I think that's it. Did I cover everything? We got everything done. So yeah, awesome. I hope you love it. Oh, and you have one setting that's absolutely necessary for the first one here, channel reward, and that's to make it only redeemable once per stream. And this is how you do it. You're going to log into Twitch. You're going to go to Video Producer. You're going to come over here to go to Viewer Rewards and go to Power Up Channel Points. You're going to click on Manage Power-Ups and Channel Rewards. Scroll down. Here's my first one here, channel reward. Come all over here, hit edit. And then come here and make sure it says cooldown and limits. You're going to activate that, right? Because it'll look like this if it's not. And you activate it. And then limit redeems per stream, make it 1. Right? And then make sure you hit save on your way out. All right, guys, and that's it, man. If you want to add a sound effect to that reward, I already went over that on the last video. So go ahead and watch the episode 1, and I'll link that right up here. And for the next video that I'll go even more in depth for channel rewards, I'm going to link that here. If I haven't made it yet, then I'm just going to go ahead and put my regular playlist of other tutorials for you to watch and learn. And if you've made it this far, I hope that you would like, share, and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Appreciate it. And until next time, have a wonderful sale.